Hi, I'm Molly with West Virginia University Extension Family Nutrition Program, and today we're going to make a cucumber dip. It's always a good idea to wash your hands and your cooking surface before you get started with a recipe. I've already done that, so I'm ready to get going. Now for our cucumber dip, we took one cucumber and I peeled some of it, not all of it, because I want all that good fiber and vitamins and minerals that are in the peel and that great green color. I peeled it and cut them into rounds and then lined up the rounds and cut them vertically, turned them, cut them horizontally to make a nice fine little diced piece. So the other ingredients for our recipe are 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt, make sure you get the plain, 1 teaspoon of dried dill, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 clove of garlic, and I've got a fresh lemon to make 1 tablespoon lemon juice. I have washed our lemon and our cucumber before we started. So we're going to add about a teaspoon of salt to our cucumber and kind of let that hang out for a few minutes while we prep our other ingredients. Cucumber is very high in water, and that's why it helps us with hydration. That's why it tastes so good in fruit-infused water. I'm going to mix that up to kind of draw some of that moisture out so that our dip doesn't get too watery. And once I've got that mixed up, I'm going to work on my garlic and my lemon juice. So 1 clove of garlic, and it just depends how much garlic you like. This is a pretty big clove. I separated it from the bulb, and now I need to get this papery skin off the outside. And to do that, I'm going to set it down on my cutting board, place my knife on top, and with the heel of my hand, smack it, and that papery skin comes right off, and then we're ready to chop our garlic. You could definitely use dried garlic powder, not salt, we don't want to add any more sodium. Or if you have the bottled kind in your refrigerator, you could use that as well. So I've got my clove of garlic. I'm going to remove my tough little end, cut it into ovals, and then line those up. Keep the tip of your knife down on your cutting board, and I'm just gonna keep moving it around, sweep it off your knife, pile it up, and keep chopping until you've got the size that you want for your recipe. So I've got my garlic clove ready to go, and now I'm going to juice my lemon. And remember, even though I'm not eating the outside, I did rinse this really well under running water because my knife is going to go through it, and I don't want anything that's on the outside going down into the part that we are going to consume. To loosen up the juice in our lemon, I'm going to just kind of roll it around on my cutting board, and that just helps to release some of the juices from the pulp. And then I've got my juicer, a couple spins of that, and this is nice because it's got measuring on the side. So let me peek at that and see how much juice that is. almost 1 tablespoon, not quite. And this also caught all of the seeds. And that's probably a little bit more, so I'll make sure when I add it, I don't add all of it. So we are going to add our 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt to our bowl. And usually when you think of dips, you probably think cream cheese, sour cream, and while that's all very good, that can be really high in saturated fat. And when we're using the Greek yogurt, we're cutting down on that, and it's overall a lot healthier, and this is going to taste just as rich and delicious. So I've got my 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt. I'm going to add my clove of garlic that I have chopped up nice and teeny tiny. A teaspoon of dried dill. Now, if you were to have fresh dill on hand, you would use a tablespoon. So when you go from a fresh herb to a dried herb, you lower that quantity. So we're going to add that. And add our tablespoon of lemon juice. Just gonna peek at it. Incorporate that. Once your yogurt mixture is all mixed together, I'm going to check on my cucumber, and with a slotted spoon, I'm going to kind of drain those diced pieces and add them to our dip. This dip kind of has a Mediterranean feel to it. It would be good probably with some chicken or fish. And I'm going to just try to shake off as much moisture as I can so that the dip doesn't get too liquidy. And then incorporate all that cucumber into our Greek yogurt. I'm going to add a couple cracks of black pepper, and then after we taste it, you could add salt as needed, but remember we had our cucumber in the salt, so it might not need it. Definitely taste it first. I've got my cucumber dip all mixed up and I'm ready to dig in. I sliced up some green pepper and cucumbers to serve with it, and really you could do any kind of veggie would be good. Whole grain pita would be good, and I'm gonna scoop up a piece. That is so crisp and bright tasting. A really delicious appetizer or dip that you could serve this summer or anytime. Thanks for stopping by today and checking out our recipe for cucumber dip. I hope you also check out our webpage to get the full, complete ingredients and directions for our cucumber dip, and check out our YouTube channel for lots of videos. Have a great day. Bye.